Honestly, why is this so embarrassing? Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. That sounds so surreal to say out loud. Why am I so nervous? So I actually don't know where to start, but like everything, I guess you start from the beginning. So this is going to be my introduction video, just sharing a little bit about me, a little bit about what I want to share online, why I want to share it online, and then I'm going to do some Q&As. So the reason that I wanted to start a YouTube channel is because I more or less have a vision of changing the world, which seems like a really big goal to have. But what's the point in having a goal if it's not a big goal? You know, like you've got to aim high and you've got to achieve good things, or there's no point. Right, so on this channel, I'm going to be sharing a lot about yoga. I'm currently halfway through my 200-hour yoga teacher training, which I'm so excited about and so excited to share yoga teacher training tips and tricks with the world. Most of the YouTubers that I follow or Instagrammers, TikTokers, whatever it is on social media related to yoga are all people that have already done this process. So they're already 5-hour yoga teacher trained, they've got their qualifications, they've toured the world, they've got their own place where they teach yoga. And I just thought it would be nice for people that are in the same boat as me to have someone that gets it, you know, somebody that's doing that alongside you and that's figuring it out as she goes as well. That way I feel like we can all help each other grow and help each other figure out what we need to do. So on this channel I'm going to be focusing on obviously yoga videos as well as health and natural organic beauty tips and tricks. I'm going to be sharing some foods, some healthy eating stuff that I do, maybe some travel vlogs, some crocheting, so sharing my creative side with yous. Just a mixture of all things Chrissy. I'm not going to try and put too much of a topic for my YouTube channel and just kind of go with the flow, see what I'm feeling, see what I want to post and not put too much pressure on fitting into a niche. So I thought a good way of starting off would be to do a Q&A video. So I've asked all my Instagram followers to ask me some good questions that they would want to see in a YouTube video, and all of them have... What the fuck? I just flung my ring. Oh my god. Everybody on my Instagram has replied with really good, insightful questions. So thank you guys so much. You have killed it as always. And let's just get into it. I am going to be reading these off my phone, otherwise I just wouldn't remember what I'm saying or what I'm doing. So the first question that I think we should start with is, how did I get into yoga? So yoga for me, I don't feel like I found yoga, I feel like yoga found me. It was one of these kind of eureka moments where everything just came together. Everything that I was practicing, that I was growing with and pushing myself out my comfort zone with, all directly linked to the lifestyle that comes with yoga. So I went to my first yoga class when I was about 8 years old. On the way to the class, we almost got in a crash in the motorway, and then I remember just giggling the entire time because all these older ladies were surrounded me farting on their yoga mats, and it was just not zen. Nothing about that was zen. And then I went back to a yoga class when I was about 12 or 13, and the teacher opened the class and asked everybody to set an intention. And at the time I remember thinking, like, what does that even mean? Like, what do you mean set an intention? What do you mean feel your energy? Little did I know that I am a huge empath and have been feeling energy since I've been able to talk. Can you swear on YouTube? Ah, okay. That's fine. So I truly discovered yoga about 3 years ago during a time in my life where everything just felt really chaotic. I was living in quite an abusive household. Everything around me was upsetting, it was angry. Me myself as a person was really anxious. I really didn't feel like I was connected to who I was or this human experience whatsoever. So it was one specific day I decided that I need to make myself my safe space. If my physical house can't be safe, then I've got to find that safeness within myself. So I took myself out with my mum's old yoga mat and I walked down to the bottom of where I stay and I set out the mat. And the entire walk down to this field, everybody was ignoring me. Like, nobody gave me eye contact, nobody looked in my direction, no dogs came up to me. Everybody just was like straight and narrow doing their own thing. And at the time I didn't think much of it until I sat on my yoga mat and I gave myself stillness. I allowed myself to be, to feel, to breathe, and just allowed myself that time for peace and presence. Walking back to my house after the 30-40 minutes I spent on the mat, everybody was interacting with me. Everybody I walked past said hello, asked me how I was doing. Like, babies were waving at me from their prams from like across the road. Dogs were coming up to me. Like, it was genuinely so surreal that I had changed how I was feeling inside, and that directly impacted how I was being perceived by the world. So the whole of the outside world started interacting with me differently because I was interacting with myself differently. And that was kind of this moment where I was like, okay, energy's real. Like, my vibration matters, and I need to strive to be a better person for myself. Like, that was the moment where I realized that yoga is so much more than stretching and woo woo stuff that goes on the mat. It's so much deeper than that. So that was my story of how I discovered yoga. The second question: why am I starting a YouTube channel? So I've been on quite a journey with the whole social media thing. It's one of these things that is rising, and you know, all the iPad kids and all the teenagers that are stuck in this world where they're figuring out who they are in real life but also online. It's such a difficult balance to find. For a lot of years during high school, I was really unauthentic online. I had about over 1,000 followers on Instagram of all these people that wouldn't even smile at me if they walked past me in the street. And I was posting all these ridiculous photos that I'd spend hours editing. And I don't mean editing, like, I mean like changing the way that I look, changing my body size, changing absolutely everything about me to fit this criteria of what I thought was accepted. So since 2020, I've been really focusing on sharing who I am online and for my own sake. So I deleted like all of my followers. I started from scratch with Instagram. I started posting stuff like for my own sake. And then recently I re-downloaded TikTok. So this has been in the last like 3 or 4 months. The thing is with TikTok, I'm kind of in a sticky situation with it because I understand that it's one of these apps that you can get a lot of views, you can reach out to a lot of people, you know, like you've got the whole world as your audience at your fingertips. But at the same time, people's attention spans these days are so gone. Like, I've got one video that's got over like 20k views, and it's literally like a 5 second video. Everything else I've put time and effort into. I'm trying to share things that matter. I'm trying to, you know, wake the world up to how things should be. And people just don't want to hear it. They don't have the attention span for it. So that was one of the reasons that I thought it would be a good idea to do YouTube. It allows me to actually talk about what I need to talk about, actually sit with what I want to do, and actually share in detail the things that I want to share instead of trying to wrap it all up into a 5 second video that actually nobody cares about. What are my hobbies? So my hobbies are yoga, of course. I absolutely love to just go outside and do yoga. I'm not really big on classes, to be honest. I don't really like doing it inside somewhere where I can, you know, like sing if I need to or dance at parts where I need to. I don't really like the structure that comes with a yoga class. So again, that's why I'm starting YouTube, so that I can do my yoga classes online, so that you've got that freedom to, you know, do it naked if you need to, do whatever you need to do, like be however you need to be. But yeah, yoga's a big one for me. I also love to crochet. That's something that I've always kind of done, but recently in the last 2 or 3 years it's something that's became like a really big hobby and something that allows me to have that downtime and just be creative, to be creative with your hands. I think that's important. A few of my other hobbies: I love to be outdoors. I love to go hiking and camping and just be barefoot climbing trees. I think that's important in this day and age. So yeah, those are my hobbies. What is my favourite snack? Granola and yogurt. Enough said. Fucking love granola and yogurt. So what is my favourite quote? This is such a nice question. I think there's quotes that kind of stand out for everybody. I've got a few quotes tattooed on me that mean a lot. I've got "Beauty in the Struggle," which is actually a quote from J. Cole, the musician, or the artist, rapper, whatever. And I just think that that's a really nice song. The song is Love Yours, and it's all about loving what you have and appreciating what you have. But there's always going to be beauty in the struggle. You know, if you're grieving or if you're going through a really hard time, there's always going to be beautiful parts of that time as well. And another quote I've got is, "It was in love I was created, and in love is how I hope I die," which is lyrics by Paolo Nutini, from Coming Up Easy, the song Coming Up Easy. And I just think that resonates a lot with me. As somebody that, well, my parents aren't together anymore, but at family barbecues when I was growing up, they used to listen to that song a lot. And now it just holds a really special place in my heart because I know that I was created in love, and I know that I will leave this earth full of love, and maybe that is what it's all about. And although they're not in love anymore, their love is still so apparent in so many things. And I don't know, I don't think love can die, so that's a nice one. I also think a quote that is really nice is "evolve or repeat." That's one of these quotes that's just can mean so many different things to so many different people. To me, it's mostly about generational trauma and just changing, your heritage and your cycle, and making sure that I put in the work the now so that my daughter isn't having to put in the work for me. And another quote that I like is, "You are a spiritual being having a human being experience," which is just so true. I think that we're all here because we're souls, and we all are on a similar journey. And if you start to notice like other people's energy, and you start to view other people as a different version of yourself, it just makes things so much easier. It lets go of that judgment and that stigma that comes with, like the ego. So I think that's a good one. How do I balance work and life? This is a tricky question because honestly, all the jobs I've had recently have went against my soul. I do not want to do retail. I do not want to do hospitality. I do not want to do housekeeping. Like, I have done a numerous of jobs that just don't align with me whatsoever. Hence why I've decided to dive deep with the yoga thing. For a long time, it took me a while to even download the course and even make that step to being like, okay, this isn't just about me anymore. This is about everyone. And I want to share this gift with people because it really, really can change your life. It like really, really can. So the goal for me is to not so much have a balance between work life and the rest of my life, but more so just be living. Like, why do we need to have that difference, and why does it need to be something that like half the time you're not enjoying yourself? I just want to bring peace to people and help people open up and heal. That is such a big part of what I think my human experience is to help people heal and to help people just be better people as well as myself. Favorite clothing I've crocheted. So this again is a bit of a difficult question because I have crocheted so many clothes recently. I think one of my favourites is a dress that I've crocheted, although I've never worn it outside because where do you wear that? But yeah, I've crocheted this dress and I absolutely love it because like I designed it myself. I started with the waist and then I made the cups and then I done the skirt, and it just all came together so beautifully. What are my 5 to 10 year goals and future plans? Oh boy. I want to get my own land, I want to grow my own food, I want to be self-sufficient, I want to not worry about what's going in my body because I'm buying all this poison from the grocery stores. I want to grow organic, good foods, raise animals, rescue animals. I want to have my own space where I can teach yoga. I want to have my own space where my boyfriend can do shamanic healing ceremonies, and I want to do that as well. We'd really love to dive into the whole mushroom ayahuasca experiences, and again, just dive deep into the spiritual experience. That's another quote that I really, really like, is that you're a human being having a spiritual being experience. No. You're a spiritual being having a human being experience. And it's just so true. We've really got to look inwards and look into our soul, look into who we are as people and why we're here. What's your purpose? For me, I think my purpose is to help other people realize that. Just realize that it's deeper than that. It's deeper than a 9 to 5. It's deeper than, studying your life away for a career that you don't actually care about. And, if that's the lifestyle you want to live, if you want to live in the system, indoctrinated, that's on you. But that's not the lifestyle that I want to live. So I want to help as many people that also want to live the life that I do get there. What is my favourite place that I've travelled? This is such a nice question. Me and my boyfriend started backpacking last year. So last November we went to Spain and it was only a 2 week trip, but we ended up missing our interconnecting flight. So we had to backpack across the widest part of Spain to get to our first destination. It's a whole load of adventuring, and I think one of my favourite places that we've ever been was Orense. It's this beautiful little like town village in Spain, and it's just full of like hot springs, and it's got a really nice community feel to it. There's loads of stunning bridges. But I really like, there was this one experience that we had there, and people told us like around Spain, like you need to go to the hot spring baths. Like they're magical. Like everybody was saying they're full of magic. The water is like mystical, and people go there to like cleanse their aura, to cleanse their being, all this stuff. So we went to these hot spring waters, and it was all these beautiful fountains, and there was all these ladies just with little towels on their hands getting the water and dabbing their faces and just being so present. Like it's so nice to see people that, you know, aren't like this walking about town. They're literally just here to live and to appreciate, and they must genuinely believe in this sacred water. And we did a little bit of googling afterwards, and it's sought out that nymphs and fairies actually live and bless this water, and that's why it's so cleansing. So that was a really, really nice experience. So we were in the mountains in Monchique, and we stayed with our host that we found via the Workaway app, which if you're thinking about travelling and you don't know how to do it, you're travelling on a budget, you're 20 and broke like me, get the Workaway app. It's life changing. We found this couple on Workaway, and they basically are living exactly how we want to live when we're in our 60s. They have 30 acres of land, they grow all organic, natural produce, they don't buy anything from the shops. They had like huge pantries full of everything that they need for the winter. They had irrigation systems all throughout the land, and they filtered all their water naturally. They just really had it right, and it was a really, really nice experience to be around people that understand that, you know, it doesn't need to be how everybody else is doing it. And I come from quite a small minded like town, like right in the central belt of Scotland, so everything's really westernized, really busy, and really the same. Like everybody has the same kind of house and does the same kind of job and whatever. All their weekends look the same, and that's just not what I want. So it was really, really refreshing to be there, and they were very spiritual people, which was again so, so nice. It reaffirmed that we're on the right journey and we're doing the right things, and you've just got to figure it out for yourself. So Orense and also Monchique were two of my favourite places we've travelled so far. Who inspires me the most? Oh, I mean, this is such a difficult question to answer, because how can I pick one person that inspires me the most? Um, I mean, all of my family inspires me for different ways and different reasons. I think a big one is my brother. He will always, always hold a special place in my heart. I think nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors except the people behind those doors with you. And he saw me grow through everything. I saw him grow through everything. And yeah, I'm just super proud of the person that he's becoming, and I'll always be so proud of him, and he inspires me every single day. But yeah, all my family inspires me, as well as my boyfriend. He's over there doing yoga. He inspires me each and every day. He's such a motivational person and such a patient, calm, relaxed guy that just gets it, you know? Like, it's just so inspirational to have healthy love and to experience that kind of love, especially in my 20s when you do the most growing. So I'm so glad that we get to grow alongside each other. As well as, like, I'm just going to name absolutely everybody that I love in this question. My brother, my boyfriend, my family, and my boyfriend's family, they all inspire me so much. They have such a unique way of living. They're all so full of love and forgiveness and peace and kindness. And I just think that's so nice, because that's what I strive for in life. I strive to have a home that's as happy as theirs. So they inspire me. Everybody that's in my life now all inspire me each and every day, and I hope that I inspire them, because that's one of the main points of living, is to inspire each other, to help each other grow, to push each other. And I really do feel like I've gotten to a point where my close community and my close circle are all people that continue to do that for each other. So it's really, really nice and really refreshing. My legs are numb. Oh, okay. Talking of yoga, I need to get up because that is not comfortable. Okay. So, I think that is a good introduction video. I think that has covered quite a lot about my journey and why I'm here sharing what I'm sharing today. I just want to continue to do better for myself. I want to continue to inspire other people to do better for themselves, especially people that were in the position that I was at 14, 15 years old. The people that maybe necessarily don't have a safe home space. They maybe don't necessarily fit into their friend groups, or they're trying really hard on social media to fit in. And it's just not what life's about. It's not what life's about at all. And yeah, I hope that all these people find my channel and we can continue to help each other grow. So thank you guys so much for watching my first YouTube channel. Keep an eye out for more videos and please subscribe, help a gal out. But thank you guys again and I'll see you next time.